Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Asnan's Cricket World. Well, last night we saw an impressive, yet again another impressive show from the Indian cricket team as they won their 10th game in a row and most importantly qualifying for their third, in fact their fourth final in a World Cup. And it was a dominant show from India from the word go, and they won the toss, decided to bat first, and Rohit Sharma was doing Rohit Sharma things as he and Shubman Gill got India off to a wonderful start, and both took the attack to the swords and erased the memories of the horror show that was happened in the last World Cup semi-final against New Zealand, where they were 5 for 3. This time around, they didn't let that happen, and in 6 overs or so, they had gone to cross 50, and both they took the bowling to the swords of New Zealand, who had no clue where to bowl to these Indian batsmen. Rohit Sharma got out on 47, a quick fire 47, and then out came the great Virat Kohli, who had needed just a 100 to go past the great Sachin Tendulkar. And he did just that as he played an absolute fantastic innings, and along with Shubman Gill, who got injured midway. Otherwise, he would have got his first century of the tournament. But he was joined by Shreyas Iyer, and both of them combined to put the New Zealand take the New Zealand attack to the swords, and both were absolutely sensational. And Virat Kohli got to his 50th Test one-day international hundred, going past Sachin Tendulkar and stamping his authority as the one-day great. It was an amazing innings yet again, and he erased all the horrors of the last knockout games, as he had a very poor record in the finals. In the last three tournament finals, he hadn't scored a lot of runs. But this time around, he dispelled all the impressions, and he played an absolute masterful innings of 117, which was beautifully crafted, magnificent innings from him. And then along with him Shreyas Iyer, who got his second consecutive century of the tournament. Last time against Netherlands he was instrumental. This time he was again brutal, scoring his 100 of just 67 balls, and he was absolutely brilliant as well, as New Zealand were hammered all to all parts of the ground. KL Rahul brought the finishing touches to the innings, and India got to 397, which proved to be quite a lot in the semi-final. This semi-final stage, New Zealand got off to a brisk start. David Conway, who who didn't quite finish the tournament on a high as he started it. He gave them a decent start, but he went as both the openers went early. Rachin Ravindra, who's had a fantastic tournament, was out early this time today, but then Daryl Mitchell and Kane Williamson brought some semblance of hopes for the New Zealand team as they continued to up the scoring rate. Kane Williamson was its usual deft touch, and Daryl Mitchell, who has had a fantastic tournament, and they kept the New Zealand in the game. And although they lost, and they got them to a point where they could have won that game if they had, but once again it was the Mohammad Shami show, who has been absolutely terrific in this tournament, and he was absolutely sensational with the ball as he got rid of Kane Williamson, and then he got and then Tom Latham. And but then Daryl Mitchell kept his merry ways, along with Glenn Phillips, kept the scoring rate ticking along. Daryl Mitchell getting to his second century of the tournament, and in fact his third century of the tournament, and he was quite brilliant as well in getting second against India. He also won in the green leg stages. As long as he was there, New Zealand had hopes that they could stretch India closer, and but it was a fantastic last 10 overs from India, as they kept the rate under check and New Zealand at bay, and made sure New Zealand don't get anywhere close to the target. as Mohammad Shami, who was brilliant again. He took 7 for 57, finished with a fantastic performance. It was the best. These were the best bowling figures in a World Cup knockout stage, and came at and how wonderful a bowler he has been, Mohammad Shami, considering he's missed 10 games of India in the tournament, and he still has got more than 50 wickets. So this is somewhat an impressive and astonishing record for Mohammad Shami. Indian bowling was absolutely spot on. Kuldeep Yadav bowled beautifully in the last few overs of the game, and Jasprit Bumrah was at his usual brilliant self. And all the Indian bowlers, although on a difficult pitch to bowl on, put an impressive show in the last few overs and kept New Zealand out of the game. And New Zealand, well, they were unfortunate. They have not been able to make it to another final. They made 2 consecutive finals last time, and this time around they have lost out in the semi-final. A bit of disappointment for Kane Williamson, who has led them to a semi-final stage for 4-5 consecutive times, but hasn't been able to get his hands on the trophy. So, but New Zealand should take heart from this, that they batted pretty bravely, and they fought all the way to the end. But it was the Indian dominance that kept them at bay. So India has been terrific in all aspects of the game. They've looked unbeatable, and 10 in a row is not a mean achievement. They are resembling the efforts of the Australia of the 2000 era. They have all the boxes ticked. Considering they have a long tail, they haven't let that affect their performance in this tournament. Even the loss of Hardik Pandya hasn't affected them so much. And this has been an absolute sensational effort. All the batsmen have scored runs in this tournament, and they have they have been the team to beat. And it all looks set to get their 3rd title in a row. But there stand 2 teams who have the ability to grasp out and take India from to the brink. And that is Australia and South Africa taking on each other today, and it's going to be another humdinger of a contest, because Australia have won 7 in a row after getting hammerings from India and South Africa in the first 2 games of the tournament. But they have come back strongly, and South Africa, on the other hand, they have only been beaten by India in this tournament, and also Netherlands, but they have looked absolutely terrific. They have some issues with their batting second, and they tend to be a little bit fragile. But but they will have to dispel all those horrors of the last semi-finals, especially considering the chokers tag. They will have to remove that. They haven't been able to make any final in the last World Cups, and their record of the knockout stage is quite disappointing. They've only won 1 knockout tournament in the last all the 7 World Cups they have played. So it will have to be the test for South African team. They have the batting, they have the bowling to up the ante, but it's been the history goes against them. So let's see if it's going to be another another intriguing contest, and let's see if South Africa can get to their first final, or if Australia have their habit of Australia, who have lost just 1 semi-final in their whole history, and if they can make another final. So it will be another intriguing contest. We'll hope for a great game of cricket, and congratulations again to India cricket team. They have been very impressive, very professional in their performance. They've shown that to the world how one day cricket is supposed to be played, with all aggressive intent and aggressive attitude. So let's see if we can. I think these 4 semi-finalists have played a game in this tournament that have shown the other 5 and the 6 how to catch up. Probably England had a lot of old stars in their side. That's why they lost. But the other five teams who have not been able to make it to they should learn from these four to how to approach the one-day game. It's no longer a defensive performance, defensive techniques that will take you all the way across. So something to learn from every side. We will get analysis, make that analysis in the later stages of the after the World Cup. But for now, let's hope for another great encounter between South Africa and Australia, and hopes to be a very impressive contest. So we'll see you after the game, and it's goodbye for now.